Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about Pretty Woman. That's right, Pretty Woman, that piece of shit Chick-Flick movie, rom-com, Julia Roberts' vehicle that boosted her career. Okay, yeah, back in 1990. Yeah, it was a long time ago, a very long time ago, but I was there. I was there when that movie came out. I remember the effect it had on women, how everyone just kept talking about it. Women, especially middle-aged women, were just talking about that movie relentlessly. I didn't know who the fuck Julia Roberts was until all of a sudden she started showing up on all the talk shows, on Arsenio, on David Letterman. I mean, she just started showing up everywhere. That big fucking mouth of hers. Just out there talking about what fun it was to work with Richard Gere. Because you got to remember, Julia Roberts was kind of a nobody when this movie came out. Okay, this movie wasn't even made for her. Okay, it was made for Molly Ringwald. Molly Ringwald turned it down because she wanted more adult roles, but she don't necessarily want to play a hooker. Okay, so Julia Roberts picked it up, and Julia Roberts had some supporting roles in other movies. I think Mystic Pizza or some shit she was in. I don't know, who gives a fuck? I don't know. But at the time, her brother, Eric Roberts, was actually more famous than she was. Her older brother was more famous. Okay, but then she eclipsed him and then just never looked back. I mean, boom, next thing you know, she was the number one. Well, I think her and Meg Ryan, it was back and forth, were the number one chick flick actresses for a good, 2 decades, really. I mean, the 90s, they owned the 90s and most of the 2000s, too. Both of those women did. Meg Ryan and Julia Roberts, whereas Meg Ryan tended to do a little bit more rom-coms. Julia Roberts tended to do just a little bit more serious female dramas, but it was back and forth between both of them, really. It really was, between Meg Ryan and Julia Roberts, because they both epitomize those qualities that women like. See, the thing about the chick flick is it's not about the men. It's not about the men, wanting the woman. Okay, it's not about that at all. It's about the women wanting the women. Okay, and what I mean by that is women want to see themselves portrayed on the screen. They want to fantasize that all this romantic bullshit is happening to them. It's the same thing with guys. When we watch our action movies, we want to imagine that we're fucking Bruce Willis trapped in that skyscraper with the terrorists. We want to imagine, that we're fucking, we're Rambo out in fucking Afghanistan, fucking teaming up with the Taliban to knock out the Russians. Okay, we want to imagine that stuff, and that's what this shit is. Now, most women, if you put a girl in the movie that's way too seductive, way too sexy, that's going to piss off women because they know they're not like that. And if you put a woman that's too unattractive, well, that's going to piss off women because they don't want to be like that. All right. So you got to find the balance. That's why you're going to see a lot of actresses that try to do rom-coms, they fail. They fail because they don't have the relatability factor. They're too pretty for women to accept them, and they're too ugly for women to want to pretend they're like them. So it's you got to find a girl that possesses the qualities. Oh yeah, she's pretty but not too pretty. That's the kind of woman you want for these rom-coms. That's what these rom-coms are full of. That's why you always see the rom-com girls are always pretty, but they're never super gorgeous. You know what I mean? Because you can't really get a super gorgeous woman to sell a rom-com. Women don't like super gorgeous women. That's why you don't really see Angelina Jolie doing fucking rom-coms because, she did one back in 2006, I think it was, and nobody saw it. It sucked, okay? Because nobody wants to see Angelina Jolie playing the average girl, and by average, I mean she's white, she's in her early 30s, college educated, has a professional career, she's just unlucky with love. That's what I mean by average, okay? Because that's what the rom-coms are full of, okay? But J-Lo is something who's pretty good as far as rom-coms go. Women relate to her. She's beautiful, but she's not super beautiful, She's sexy, but she's not super sexy. She speaks about herself in a way that's kind of modest, even though we know goddamn well that she's full of herself. She acts like, that she has all these qualities that she looks for in a man that have nothing to do with the superficial, i.e. his looks or his money or his social status. No, it's all about his feelings and how honest he is and how loving he is, how he treats you like a bull fucking shit, okay? You think Ben Affleck fucking does that? Fuck no, okay? She got with Ben Affleck because he was a famous fucking movie star. That's why she's fucking, and he still is, and that's why she's so attracted to him, okay? Don't give me that bullshit, all right? But the point is that that's the kind of stuff that women want. They want to imagine that they're like that, even though they're not. Okay, and Julia Roberts epitomized those qualities. She was young, so she definitely had a lot more years of bankability ahead of her. Women related to her because of this movie. You know, I mean, yeah, she's a fucking hooker, but she downplays that. She acts like she's a hooker with a heart of gold. You could never, if she didn't tell you she was a hooker about 20 minutes in this movie, you would never know she was a hooker. She was just a fucking girl who happened to meet this super fucking billionaire, good looking, straight, handsome, good in bed, witty, smart, successful, you know, guy with no kids. Okay, you're right. You're right. Okay, but no, because she downplays that. Okay, so she acts like just like a girl who's, you know, being introduced to this lavish lifestyle that she's not accustomed to, and just taking it all in. And by taking it all in, I mean spreading her legs and taking it all in. Okay, because she's doing that too, and she's getting paid for it. Okay, but now she's trying to make us believe we can believe that if this was a different character, let's say she was playing a secretary or something, you know, or like a personal assistant or something, then we could see this happening. Okay, but she's playing a hooker. Okay, so you gotta like leave your brain at the fucking door when you walk in to see this movie, because she's playing a fucking hooker, for Christ's sake. Okay, this is a woman who fucking you know, smokes more meat than Hickory Farms. Okay, that's her job. Okay, but we got to go along with the fact that that's not important. What's really important is how she feels about him and how he feels about her. How he feels about her. You get the fuck out of here. You know what he feels like fucking busting a nut in her. That's what he feels about her, okay? If this was written by a straight guy, it's not written by a gay guy. A fucking gay guy. But anyway, so yeah, so that's the problem with the whole genre, and this movie really epitomizes it. Okay, a lot of women related to Julia Roberts, they saw themselves in her. Now, she was only 22 when she made this movie, so she still had a good 15 years ahead of her in this genre to be successful. As long as women liked her, you know, then she was going to continue to make these fucking movies. You know, and that's the thing. Like, look like Sandra Bullock. There's another one. She's pretty, but not super pretty. Okay, so women can kind of see themselves as her. Okay, if you get with someone who's too fucking sexy, you know, or something, no one's gonna buy it. No one's gonna see a rom-com with Kim Kardashian. Okay, for Christ's sake, can you really imagine Kim Kardashian fucking, you know, thirsting over a guy, or fucking wondering if a guy is gonna fucking respect her and treat her like a princess? I mean, no, because no one fucking wants to, because she's a fucking whore, a rich whore, but a fucking whore. Okay. She's a fucking whore with a black Amex, all right? Big fucking, you know, see what I mean? So no one would buy that. Okay, so that's why you got to, when you go for these rom-com actresses, you got to find someone who's pretty but not super pretty. Okay, and that's what you go for. Like, you can't be super sexy and be a rom-com actress. Okay, I mean, you can't be super unattractive either. Okay, that's why you're not going to get a rom-com. I mean, they tried it before. They tried it with fucking, what's her name, with like fat women and stuff. Okay, like Rebel Wilson. They tried it. Well, I didn't know. Nobody went to go see it. I saw that movie, but nobody went to go see it. They tried it with Amy Schumer. I mean, come on, these women are fucking dog ugly. Okay, you can't believe that some fucking super hot fucking, you know, a guy with big muscles and ripped abs and shit is gonna fucking fall in love with fucking Amy Schumer. Yeah, your fucking mind. In real life, the good-looking guys that would fuck Amy Schumer are getting paid for it. Okay, they're getting paid for it. Okay, they're pulling a Tom Arnold. Okay, that's what they're doing. They're not fucking really in love with her. Okay, because like I said, even though she's a successful, somewhat successful comedian, you know, guys don't give a shit about that. They don't give a shit about that. Guys already know that we have to be more successful than the woman. That's already a given. We already know that. We go in there knowing that. Okay, so we don't give a fuck how successful a woman is in her business or whatever. Okay, that's important to her. It ain't important to us. We already know we're the ones that are gonna have to fucking provide for her if we get together and this becomes serious. We're the ones that are gonna have to provide her with a roof over her head. We're gonna have to provide her with her lifestyle and take care of the kids and all that kind of fucking shit. We already know that going in, so we're not looking for that when we look for a woman. You see what I mean? Okay, and that's the difference. Okay, the hypergamy is always a one-way street. Okay, it's always the woman looking today. Even if a woman's successful, whatever, she's gonna look for a guy who's more successful than her. Okay, and that's just the way life is. Now, you feminists out there can put all the bull. I don't care what it is. I'm a man, and it's just fucking bullshit. Okay, women date up, they don't date down. Okay, men date down. All right. Because we don't care about that stuff. We're not looking for a woman who's gonna fucking support us financially. Okay, what we're looking for is a woman with fucking, who's gonna be loyal to us, faithful, looks fucking good, got some big ass titties, and knows how to fuck. All right. Anyway, this is a straight man's point of view. Okay, I am Diego. Okay, now that I got that intro out of the way, I'm Diego, and what I do is I give you a straight man's point of view here. Okay, and I'm ripping apart your chick flicks. Now I'm already world famous because I already ripped apart all the fucking Sex and the City episodes, the new fucking episodes, the movies. I did all that fucking shit. All those videos are on this channel if you want to see the truth of what a straight guy really thinks. about the chick flick, the rom-com genre in general, okay? So now that I finished with Sex and the City, I'm going after your chick flicks, all right? I've already done A League of Their Own. I already did Romeo and Juliet, the 1996 version. I've already done, what the fuck was the last one I did before? I don't even fucking remember, okay? But I'm going after your fucking chick flick. I don't know, Thelma and Louise. I already did Thelma and Louise, and now I'm going after Pretty Woman, okay? You can guess which one I'm going after that. I'll let you guess, all right? I'm almost done with Pretty Woman, okay? So this is what, part 14, I think, okay? Because I'm taking apart every fucking scene. I'm gonna rip this movie apart, okay? Now, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, okay? But it's not that very good. It's not very good, all right? It's got the wrong message. There's a lot of good things in here, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good acting in here, good locations, okay? I mean, the wardrobe, the hairstyles, you know, the hotel ambiance, all that kind of shit is on point. Okay, everyone looks good. Locations look fucking good. I mean, they're at the opera, you know, all these different areas that they're at. Okay, the acting is very good. Okay, the problem with the movie is the script. The script is hypergamy 101. Okay, you could teach this course in college. Okay, it's hypergamy 101 and it's not realistic. Okay, now obviously in real life, like I said, in real life, women do tend to date up. They date a man who has more means than they do. Okay, that's just a given. And men, we already know that going in. Okay, so all you fucking bitches out there, you men do is unreasonable standards and women always have to look good for you. That's why you have to look good for us. Because we're the ones who have to fucking pay for your ass. That's why. Okay, I know that's starting to change, but it's a very slow change. Okay, we'll be dead long before the whole thing is flipped over. When that happens, fuck society. Okay, but we won't be alive for that. Okay, so damn, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so the point about is this movie is hypergamy 101. Okay, so they're basically teaching you, okay, that you will find true love, but it's got to be with a rich fucking guy. A rich guy who's going to support your fucking ass. And it's okay if you're a whore, because a rich, handsome, good-looking, fucking straight, good in bed, well-hung, successful, intelligent, witty, charming, high social status, no fucking kids, no fucking diseases, and he's heterosexual. A guy like that will fall in love with you. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a whore. In fact, if you are a whore, this movie will show you how to get that guy to fall in love with you. For real. Yeah. And you'll get a shitload of fucking free clothes. And the whole deal. Yeah. That's what this movie teaches you. Okay? That's the script. That's the script that this movie is. There's no way to get around that. I don't care how fucking well acted it is, okay? You know, you can have a fucking shit sandwich and you can put some fucking Gouda cheese on there and some romaine lettuce, okay? Some Grey Poupon, you know, and some ciabatta bread, okay? It's still a fucking shit sandwich. Okay, there's no way around it. Okay, a good script, great acting, great locations, great directing cannot fucking overcome a terrible fucking script, and that's what this script is fucking terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Okay, all right. So here, moving right along. Okay, so where we left off last time, there was a big emotional scene where Ed Lewis, that's Richard Gere's character, the fucking billionaire that I just described already, he was going to take over a company. He decided not to take over. He decided to do the right thing. And instead of doing a corporate takeover of this old man's company, he decided to become partners with this old man. So instead of taking it over, they're going to build battleships together, because he realized that his entire career of being a very successful billionaire, his business model is he basically buys companies that are in financial distress. He purchases them real cheap, and then he breaks it apart and sells off the individual pieces for a lot more than what he spent. And that's his business model. He doesn't make anything, he doesn't create anything. Okay, he just buys up companies and sells them off for more than what they're worth. Okay, and that's what he was going to do here, but because he's been dating this hooker, he realizes now that he's been an asshole this whole time, and it's because he has daddy issues. All right, he can't resolve the fact that he's very angry with his father. He's very angry with him. Okay, despite the fact that he grew up with a fucking silver spoon in his mouth and he never wanted for anything his entire fucking life. He went to Ivy League schools. His first car was a fucking limousine. Okay, in fact, the third company he ever took over was his dad's company. So he cathartically already bought his dad, broke him apart, and sold him off for more than what he was worth. So he's already done it. Okay, but he's still, but his father died alone. He was not there when his father died. He doesn't really give two shits, but he feels a little bit of guilt about it. Okay, and now he realizes that because he's been raiding all these companies and basically doing the same thing over and over again, this old man whose company he's about to take over reminds him of his father, because it's a family business that he's about to destroy and break apart. And so he decides that because he's been dating this hooker with a heart of gold that taught him that people are real and they're not just fucking commodities that you can buy and sell. Okay, that the people have feelings, and you need to consider that before you fucking, basically go all Gordon Gekko Wall Street on these people. So now he has realized that he's only 40 years old, but finally, thank God, a 22-year-old fucking hooker taught him the importance and value of fucking making a quick buck, and how that's not as important as being a decent fucking human being. Yeah, a fucking street hooker full of AIDS taught him that. Okay, which is good. I'm glad she's got some fucking standards, you know, and that she does something good with her life. So he realizes this because he's fallen in love with this fucking hooker. Okay, the street hooker who's covered in fucking HIV. But yes, he's in love with her. So I guess that the HIV just makes her even more attractive. So now he's decided that he's going to take her advice, and he decides to cut this guy a break. He becomes partners with this guy, so they end up losing the deal. He doesn't get to fucking buy up the company, which means that his attorney, his partner Philip Stuckey, who's this big fucking short, fat, balding Jewish asshole who he's known for 10 years. This guy's basically is his right-hand man. Whenever he decides that he wants to buy up a company and break it apart and sell it, he gets his lawyer to fucking handle all the finer details in that. And that's what he's doing here. So he's all pissed off. So Philip Stuckey's all pissed off. He's pissed off because he knows that this girl's a hooker. He kind of got him to admit that this woman he's been taking around this past week is actually on his payroll. He's paying her to be the fucking eye candy, the trophy girl that he's walking around with him everywhere he goes. Okay, but Philip Stuckey knows the truth. He knows that she's from fucking Hollywood Boulevard and that she's covered in fucking hepatitis and fucking HIV. So that turns him on too. So he's decided to proposition her, which he did earlier at this fucking polo event and she accepted. She said, yeah, once he's gone, yeah, I'll fuck you too for money. Okay. So, but he's pissed off because he realizes that this woman is having more of an influence on Edward Lewis than he is. Okay, now he's usually like the bad influence. He's the one that kind of goads him to fucking take over these companies, you know. They know their juggler is exposed. We got to go in for the kill, you know, that kind of thing. Because he's lining his own pockets too. I mean, the lawyer's getting a lot of fucking money off of these deals too. So it's pissing him off. And now he's going to miss out on millions of dollars that he was going to get. But now this fucking hooker talked his boss into having a heart of gold, so now he's going to miss out on the deal, which is the whole reason that Ed Lewis is in LA in the first place, was to take over this company, and now he's decided not to. So now he's pissed off. So now he's mad at Vivian, Julia Roberts, the prostitute character. He's mad at her for having this terrible influence on his boss. And even though this guy is his boss, he treats him like he doesn't talk to Ed like that's his boss. I mean, he does what he says if he has to, but I've never had a boss that I ever talked to the way that he does. Okay, he already knows that it bothers Ed whenever he refers to his girl as a hooker. It bothers him. It's very demeaning to him. Don't refer to her that way in my presence, but he does it anyway. He constantly points out that she's a fucking whore. Okay, which she is, but still, you don't tell, if your boss is dating a whore, you don't fucking go to your boss, hey, she's a fucking whore, she's trash, you know, she's a skeezer, she's getting filled out like an application you don't say that shit to your boss. You might say that shit to your coworkers, but you don't say it to your fucking boss. Okay, not your boss. Okay, but he has no problem saying these things to his boss, which is even despite the fact that it's pissing him off. So already right there, I'm just like, well, if this guy was like his business partner, if they were equals, I could see it, but he's not. This guy's an underling. So why is he talking to his boss this way? Like, he already told you, like, hey, watch it. Don't talk about her that way, and he's still doing it. So yeah, that's not very smart, okay? So he's pissed off because of that, because his deal did not go through. So what does he do? He decides to go to the Beverly Wilshire and go to the penthouse suite, which is where Ed is staying, and where Vivian is staying with him. Now, Vivian and Ed had a fight earlier that day because she doesn't want him to treat her like the fucking sleazeball, fucking AIDS-infested, HIV spreading fucking hepatitis, a hooker that she is. She doesn't want him to treat her that way. Okay, she wants him to treat her like a princess. In fact, she made the analogy that when she was a little girl, she imagined that she was a princess locked in a tower by her evil stepmother, and that she imagined some handsome, well-hung white knight who's successful, rich, and a billionaire would climb up this rope and rescue her from the fucking tower. Okay, but what she did not expect in this fantasy was that he would tell her, hey, listen, I'm gonna hook you up with a fucking apartment so that I can always come whenever I'm in town, that you're ready for a big piece of, I can get a piece of ass off you. Don't worry, I'll pay all your bills. I'll give you a fucking credit card so you can buy all the clothes that you want. She tells him that wasn't in my fantasy, although it really was. But she can't tell him that because that would be superficial, and we all know that fucking prostitutes are not superficial, okay? And he says, like, I've never treated you like a prostitute. And then he walks away and she's like, you just did? Yeah, so now she decided she's gonna show him and she's gonna fucking leave. Okay, without her $3,000 that he's supposed to pay her. Okay, and instead she's gonna take the $50,000 worth of fucking clothes that he bought for her. She's gonna take that instead. Okay, that'll show him. Okay, so she's already packing and about to fucking leave. Ed Lewis decided after he decided to not take over that company, he went out there, decided he was going to spend the rest of the afternoon walking barefoot on the grass. Yeah, in his fucking three-piece suit. Because apparently that's something that Vivian talked him into doing the other day when he had a day off. They went to the park and they walked barefoot in the grass, which to me just means you're going to step on bugs and dog shit and get that in between your toes. But oh well, whatever, right? This movie's written by a gay guy. Okay, so that's what he's busy doing. Meanwhile, Philip Stuckey goes to the fucking Beverly Wilshire to confront Ed, but Ed's not there, but Vivian's there. So Vivian lets him in. She already knows who he is. Like I said, she already accepted his proposition earlier. She already said, yeah, once Ed flies back to New York, you just give me a call and, and we'll get this thing done, Yeah, exactly. And so he's there and he's pissed off. He's disheveled. Philip walks in there, and he's like, where's Ed? He's like, oh, he's not here. He's like, but I'm sure he'll be back shortly. He's like, oh, really? Well, I thought Ed was with you. I thought Ed was with me too. But apparently he's with you. So he goes over to the bar and helps himself to the liquor that's there, despite the fact that Ed does not drink alcohol. There is a full liquor, bar there, and Philip helps himself to it. And he's obviously pissed off. He's acting all sarcastic and disheveled. He's pissed off at Vivian. He's being very sarcastic about it, but he's telling her, yeah, you know what? if Ed had actually been with me instead of with you, we wouldn't have lost $1 million deal today. That's what I think. He's like, you mind if I sit down here? Yeah, I think I want to sit down right now. Because I got to tell you something right now, Vivian. You're a fucking hooker. You're a hooker. And looking at you right now, I tell you, I'm just going crazy. I'm just going to lose my mind. I can't help it. I'm just losing it. I can't believe we lost all this money today. I can't believe it. Just like that, So he's losing his shit, okay? So that's going on here, okay? And he says, you're very close. You're a very good hooker. That's what you are, Vivian. You're a very good hooker. Maybe if I do you, I wouldn't care about losing millions of dollars like we did today. Because honestly, right now, I do care. Right now, I'm really, really pissed. Right now, I'm freaking out. Just like that, yeah. I know, scary, right? I know. And Vivian, she crosses her arms like that, trying not to fucking encourage him, because she's not dressed like a hooker right now. She's dressed in her fucking, her $10,000 outfit that fucking Ed bought for her. Okay, she crosses her arms and he starts touching her, okay, and grabbing her. Okay, and now for those of you that maybe think I'm being misogynistic or something, right? I'm gonna tell you right now, okay, no, I do not approve of sexual assault. I do not approve of sexual assault, okay? Nothing that she has done deserves what this man is about to do to her, if you can even call him a man. Okay, this guy's a piece of shit. I've already said that from the very beginning of my reviews of this movie. Philip Stuckey's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit, okay? He's not a decent man at all. I wouldn't even call him a man, okay? I call him a piece of shit. A man does not treat women this way, okay? So right there, no, I do not approve of what he does, despite the fact that I don't give a fuck if she's fucked a million guys already. Okay, there's never an excuse for what he's going to do here. Okay, and basically what he's going to do is he tries to assault her sexually. He tries to sexually assault her. She fights him back. Okay, she fights him back, and at one point she bites his hand when he tries to grab her. Well, that pisses him off, and then he fucking he lays the slap down on her. Okay, he does it fucking Will Smith style. He does fucking what's his name? Fucking who's the guy that fucking hit Rihanna? Chris. What the fuck is his name? I don't fucking remember. But anyway, yeah, he lays a slap down. Okay, and she don't take it too well. Okay, so yeah, so he's like, you fucking bitch, whack. Yeah, all the way down, just like Alexander Petrovsky did on Sex and the City. Remember that? Well, she kind of walked into that, okay? And he needs to do it again. But anyway, but yeah, that happens here. Okay, so that goes on. Okay, he fucking lays the slap down. He's like, maybe if I screw you and take you to the opera, I can be a happy guy like Ed. That kind of thing. That's how he's rational. He's just drunk. He's just drunk piece of shit asshole, okay? Well, she fights him off. He slaps her down. And yeah, he's about to fucking sexually assault her. Okay, he is about to do that. Okay, which once again, it makes no sense. I understand he's upset. I understand he's drunk. Okay, but why would you go to your boss's suite in the hotel, in a 5-star hotel, and try to rape the girl that's staying there? I mean, why would you even think that's even a possibility? No matter how pissed off you are, why would you even think that's something you might even maybe get away with? There's no fucking way that's gonna happen. Okay, there's no fucking way. Like I said, this movie makes no sense. If this guy, remember, this guy works for Ed Lewis. He's his employee. Okay, his entire lifestyle. I know he doesn't have as much money as Ed does, but all the money that he does have, he got it from Ed. Why would he cut off that gravy train? No matter how pissed off he is about this one fucking deal. How many other deals have they made that have fucking lined his pockets? Okay? Why would he get this pissed off this one deal? It makes no fucking sense. Okay? He's got everything to lose here and he's got nothing to gain. Okay? This guy's supposed to be a fucking attorney, which means he's supposed to be fucking smart. Okay? And he's not acting smart. All right. Okay. So luckily for Vivian, Ed shows up right there, right before it gets even worse. And he picks up Philip and throws him off of Vivian. Okay, so he shows up just in time and he drags him off of her. Okay, and Philip is screaming. Okay, calling her a goddamn whore. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck's your problem? She's a fucking whore. She's a goddamn whore. You know, like that. You know, and yeah, so once he says that, of course, Ed fucking you know. He fucking, he gives it to him, all right? And I would have done worse. But he gives it to him in his face, right in the nose, and breaks his fucking nose. Pow, so Philip's down for the count. He gets up, he realizes that his nose is bleeding here, broke his nose, and he can't understand why his boss would have stopped him from raping this girl. He can't figure that out. Why his boss would even hit him because he tried to rape a whore. Like, there's absolutely, they've known each other for 10 years. And honestly, either one of them don't know each other well enough to realize that this would happen. Ed doesn't realize this guy's a rapist. Like, they never banged any girls together or anything. They never got some prostitutes before and had a fucking, an orgy party. I'm talking like Hunter Biden style. They never did that. I doubt it. Not that they've known each other. They're good friends. They've known each other for 10 years. No. Okay. I mean, Ed has always let this guy into his private, information. Okay. He trusts him with private information about himself. He wouldn't do that with a guy that's just his employee. He would only do that with someone who's his friend. Okay. Someone that he trusted. Okay. And the fact that Philip Stuckey is flabbergasted by the fact that he stopped him from raping her. Okay. That would tell him that they have raped girls together in the past. And he's shocked that now, out of all of a sudden, he decides to not let it happen. That's not very believable to me either. Okay, so either way, both men end up looking like assholes in this scene here. But because Ed Lewis is the love interest of the movie, he's got to be the hero that saves Vivian. Okay, like I said, you got to read between the lines here. Okay, this cannot be the first time that this has happened. Okay. And the fact that they're still friends up until now means that when it did happen in the past, Ed let it slide. He either participated in it or he let it slide. Okay? He looked the other way. You see what I mean? Like I said, Ed's an asshole too, but he's the love interest, so they can't really dwell on what an asshole he is. His only flaw in this movie, okay, is that he can't find true love. It hurts. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, sell that shit to fucking Ripley. Okay. So that's going on here. He kicks Ed out. He kicks Philip out and he tells him, listen, he's like, come on, Edward. I gave you 10 years. I devoted my life to you. Bullshit, Philip. Bullshit. It's the kill that you love. Not me. I made you a very rich man doing exactly what you love. Now get out of here. Get out of here! You fucking leave. All right, so that happens. Yeah, so no more Philip Stuckey. Thank God, he's gone. All right, so Ed puts ice on her cheek, on Vivian's cheek after he ices his hand first, because he did hurt his hand by hitting Philip there. And Ed of course makes the obligatory fucking white knight remark. Not all guys hit, Vivian. Well, it's just true. Not all guys hit. Okay. But typically, ladies, you're going to find that the guys that do tend to hit women are the guys that tend to get away with it. Okay. Your typical guy knows they can't get away with it. Okay. For example, if it was Ed that hit Vivian, Ed would more likely get away with it. But in this case, it was his underling that did it. So his underling did not get away with it, which in a sense he actually did get away with it, because you got to remember, okay, Philip didn't just fucking Philip didn't just piss off Ed and lose his job. Okay, he committed a fucking crime in front of witnesses. Okay, Philip would be going to jail. Okay, he would be going to jail, but he's not going to jail, is he? No, he's just going to lose his job. He's going to lose his friendship with Ed. That's the only consequence he's going to face. Okay, which means that he's probably going to do this again. All right, yeah, he'll go work for a different guy, but he's going to be doing the same fucking shit, making the same money, treating women like shit, you know. So yeah, he does get away with it. He does get away with it. All right. So that goes on here. Okay, Vivian explains that she knows about the deal with Morse, because like Philip mentioned that he gave up on the deal. He decided not to take over the company, and she says that it was a good business decision. Okay, and he says that it felt good. It felt good not to take over that company. Okay, well, good for him. Okay, and then Vivian tells him that she has to leave now. Okay, she's already packed. Okay, and Vivian says, like, you know, there will always be some guy like Stucky. They think it's allowed to treat women that way. No. Are you going to fight all of them? You know, which is, you know, that's the moral. You know, that, you know, everyone deserves respect to some point, okay? Unless they do something that loses respect, okay? Yeah, she's saying, like, oh, there's always going to be an asshole that's going to treat women like shit. You know, there's always going to be a woman that's going to be selling her snatch, okay, for $20 on Hollywood Boulevard. That's also going to happen too, okay? So, you know, you can't do one without the other. You can't get rid of one without the other, okay? If one stays, the other one stays too, okay? So, sorry, but that, you know, you can't just fucking say, oh, the world's got to treat me good, but I can still fucking do whatever the fuck I want. No, that's not the way, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, okay? Life doesn't work that way, okay? Everyone's got it coming, everybody, all right? Vivian says, like, you know, you made me a great offer, but now everything is different. I can't go back. I want more. Which means that now she doesn't want to be treated like a fucking hooker. She wants the real thing. She wants the romance. She wants the fucking fairy tale. And she ain't gonna settle for less. Well, good. Good luck fucking finding Prince Charming when you've been fucking sucking cock for the past, 2-3 years? Yeah, good luck with that, all right? And that's very realistic, okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, talk to all those fucking porn stars from the 90s that are living in fucking trailer parks now with 5 kids from fucking 6 different guys, okay? Talk to them about how great their life is and how they found their love at the end of the tunnel, right? Okay, all right. Okay, that's going to stop my review right now, and I'll be back shortly with part 15, and that's just finished up Pretty Woman of 1990. Thank you for watching this long, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.